Hey, the Debt Doctor here with another priceless video that may well save you an enormous amount of cash and, more importantly, an enormous amount of grief. With the current economic squeeze tightening its grip, bankruptcy and company liquidation rates are skyrocketing. And with desperate times calling for desperate measures, more and more debtors are resorting to dirty, underhanded tricks to get out of paying their bills. And without doubt, one of the dirtiest, most ruthless, and most powerful of such tactics is falsely disputing a debt. Now, if you've never had a debt falsely disputed in a desperate effort to get out of paying it, take it from me. Few things in business can be so physically, emotionally, and financially debilitating. Now, there's a piece of insider knowledge that professional debtors are very familiar with that you probably aren't. And that's the fact that almost without exception, whenever a debt collection agency is presented with a disputed debt, they'll throw that live grenade right back in your lap faster than you can say, "Holy cow, Batman!" It really doesn't matter if the debtor's claim is legitimate or clearly bogus. Debt collection agencies don't care. They'll flat out refuse to pursue such debts. They know through experience just how expensive and time-consuming it is to get in the middle of two parties disputing a debt. So focusing on their own commissions over comprehensive customer care, such collection agencies view disputed debts as economically unviable. Hence, rather than helping you crush an obviously bogus dispute, they dispassionately leave you to sort it out for yourself. So in your hour of greatest need, they abandon you, tossing you to the wolves. But trying to sort out a dispute, even if it's blatantly fraudulent, is as financially crippling as it is emotionally infuriating. The legal costs alone can very rapidly dwarf the size of the unpaid account. So right about now you might be wondering, what can I do to protect myself from being stung by bogus disputes? Now, like in most things in life, there's a simple answer and there's a not so simple answer. Now, I'm guessing you want to hear about the simple answer, so not being one to disappoint, let me tell you. The first step to protecting yourself from falling victim to a bogus dispute is to never refer your debts to a debt collection agency that does not have battle-hardened systems to handle both genuine and bogus disputes. That's why it's imperative before you sign any agreement with a prospective debt collection agency that you get them to verify exactly how they handle disputed debts. If they don't laugh in your face, they'll tell you in a matter-of-fact voice that debt collection agencies don't deal with such debts. They'll tell you that they are collection agencies and not disputes mediators. If this is the answer you hear, hang up the phone immediately. They clearly don't have your best interests at heart. Now, despite the overwhelming majority of debt collection agencies having nothing to do with disputed debts, you'll be glad to hear that there are 2 or 3 out there that are geared to manage disputes on your behalf. My team, for instance, prides itself on its extremely cunning and sophisticated strategies for quickly and ruthlessly exposing bogus disputes for the shameless acts of deceit that they are, and we relentlessly hound them until they cough up what they owe. So without going into the nitty-gritty detail, as a routine course of action, we always screen a new debt for any grounds of dispute. And as part of this screening process, we give your debtor 7 days to register with us their dispute in writing. Now, if they register a debt with us within this period, we then systematically liaise with both yourself and your debtor to quickly and fairly resolve the dispute. And if necessarily, we will even go so far as mediation, a service in which we are incredibly adept. However, if the debtor does not register their dispute with us in writing within the 7-day period, from that moment on, we regard the debt as undisputed, and we proceed to deal with the debtor for what they are, someone who owes you money without just cause to withhold it from you, even if they subsequently attempt to register a dispute after the 7-day window has closed. So in summary then, the easiest way to protect yourself from being burnt by bogus disputes is to only ever engage the services of a debt collection agency that's fully equipped and experienced in handling disputes on your behalf. Now, as effective as our disputes management systems are, we can also arm you with an extremely powerful tool that cuts through bogus disputes and it cuts them off at the knees. What's so beautiful about this secret weapon is that it gives you bomb-proof protection before the debtor even defaults on payment, let alone even thinks about throwing out a bogus dispute. So if they have the audacity to try it on with a bogus dispute, you just pull out this piece of paper, rub their noses in it, and proceed to recover your money in the knowledge that you have the full support of the law behind you. So if you've ever had a debt disputed, or you've got one on your hands right now, then the best thing you can do for your business, not to mention your mental health, is to print off a form below and fax it back to me complete, along with a copy of your terms of trade if you have any. Once we've got you covered with our debt collection disputes management systems, I'll be happy to discuss comprehensive prevention of bogus disputes in your business, should this be something you're interested in having working for you in your business. Bottom line, if you've got any debts at the moment, whatever you do, do not hand them over to a collection agency that can't or won't handle disputes on your behalf. So I hope that's been helpful, and as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon.